My name is Elvis Vasquez, and over the next several videos, I'll be going over professional sounding drum work, based more towards electro house, but it can be applied to many other electronic music genres. The focus will be a more solid 4/4 drum work. The VSTs used will be Ableton's compressor, overdrive, saturator, reverb, and Fab Filter's Pro Q mono and stereo. Now let's get to work to get those clean sounding and aggressive drums.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Basically, I'm going to start off with the bass drum. What I usually do is layer 2 to 3 bass drums at most. I don't recommend going beyond 4 because if you go beyond 4, you're going to have some zero crossing point references aren't going to be really connected. The bass drum itself isn't going to be joined. Let's see. So I have these two bass drums here that I like personally. I like the attack of this one. Then I like the sustain and decay and the release of the second bass drum here, this guy right here. But I don't like the attack of him because it's really, there's no definite attack that you can hear, like it pops out at you or whatever. At least for electro house, this would be more big room or something, I guess. Anyway, so basically what I'm going to begin by doing is I'm going to be taking let's see, I'll take a large portion from the beginning of the first bass drum that I want to use, and I'm going to paste it here where the original starting point is there. And you're going to notice the bass drum as of right now isn't really well connected. When you look at the zero crossing points, it's not at a full, like a nice clean zero. See, somewhere around here. Let's see. Okay. Now, what you need to do, what a lot of people do, they just zoom like to this much and they go and check to make sure that it's good. A better way of doing it, and it really helps in layering these kicks, is by zooming in a lot. Let's see, here we are. So here it is, and we zoomed in, and we want to get this guy somewhere around here. We see, right about here. Right about here, that's where the zero crossing point is. And you bring him right about there. And let's see how it sounds now. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, sounds decent. Alright, so what I do now, I take both my clips. The way I did this is I held down shift and I clicked on the clip names in Ableton. I give them -36 dB. There's a really viable reason to this. I'm going to go into my audio effects. I'm going to load a compressor. I'm going to load a saturator. And the saturator is going to be in front of the compressor. So I bring this guy in front of the compressor. I bring my compressor down and I bring it up a little bit. And then I bring the saturator up. Let's see. Okay, sound good, alright? Sound decent there. Now I'm gonna go to Fab Filter's Pro Q mono. I'm gonna turn Analyzer on and I'm gonna look at it. It's doing alright, but I noticed there's this area right here is going to conflict with my actual snare and the snare within the drums and my bass line too. So what I need to do is apply this this affected area by draw some small curves in there. And let's see, I'll try. I'll put another guy in here. Well, wrong way. And I'll do one at 500 hertz, small amount. There. And just give it a little wide. I'll take that out. Take that out too. Okay, and I'm gonna apply a small curve here, bell, at the end. The reason I do this is because of the sub bass frequencies. Let's see. little bigger. Then I give it plus 3D. Plus 3D around this peak where the main peak is, just to make up for the amount of reduction there. Now what I do is I take Fab Filter and I put it on maximum latency, and I'm going to be recording this into the resample track. This resample track has no input, and when I go to actually record it, essentially, yes, it's recording, but it's recording within the digital realm, and there is going to be no loss at all. Well, of course, if you have in your preferences, you go to preference and you go to record bit depth, and you're going to want it at 32. That way it stays as a 32 bit depth file. Anyway, so I go here, I click on record, ARM, then record. Also, what I want to do is, let's see where it's hitting at, 0.97, negative 0.97 decibels, so I'll bring this up about 0.778, let's see, try to get it as close to, as close to 0 dB as possible without clipping. Also, within these meters here, you never want to redline. The reason what happens is you actually start clipping within the actual meters here, and you don't know it. A lot of people using Ableton don't know that. Anyway, back to the tutorial, and here we go. So we go to record. I'll give it a little starting point, and I know it's somewhere around there. So I take this guy, drag him here, and I'll show you how to warp this exactly. A good way of warping it. So we go in here. Let's see. Take resample, put it in master. Alright, so double click on this guy and we're going to zoom in. And this space right here is not a part of the bass drum, all this here. Well, around here, yeah. The warp marker did a decent, okay job here. It's usually off by a little bit. So I'll start it here. And sometimes, right now, Ableton did a great job in recording it, but sometimes what happens is that even though the file says it starts here, it technically starts like right about here. When you go to actually play it. But I'll give it a beginning starting point and set 1 here. Right click, warp at 128, and that's our bass drum. Okay. And what we'll do is cut this guy off, and I'll show you another cool trick to do. We'll go into the actual envelopes, go into volume, and let's see. Okay, we'll take here from 1.14 and we'll drag it all the way to 0%, and just leave this, leave it up. Okay, and we're gonna go to 8th bars. My bad. Actually, we need to put this a little more, and we'll do it right about there. What we can do is zoom in a little more here, because I don't want these clips interfering with each other. Put on the narrowest and take one clip off, put this all the way at 0% there, and then duplicate like that. That way you have a little tiny gap there, so the bass drum is fully stops there. Let's see, there's no sound emitting basically. Alright, and just duplicate, and this is our bass drum. That's one way of going about it. I actually could have EQ'd this a little better. I'll leave it the way it is. What I'll do is I'll go back and EQ it myself in the next tutorial, which will be about snares, like layering snares and things like that. Alright, see you guys till then.